You want to start advertising and selling in Bulgaria? Hello everyone, my name is Victor Stuv and I'm the founder of Markademics, an e-commerce advertising agency that's operating all around the world. But today in this video, I'm going to walk you through what you need to know in order to succeed by selling on the Bulgarian market. As a native Bulgarian and as a person who has spent a lot of money all around the world, everywhere, but I've also advertised a lot in my own country. I will walk you through what you need to do if you're an e-commerce store owner who wants to start selling in our country. In this video, you're going to learn a few things. What are the specifics about the Bulgarian market? What you need to know in order to succeed with your Facebook ads? What's the situation with your Google ads? In general, what's the culture like? What are the do's and don'ts on our market? There are not too many people who advertise here, so you will see a lot of good things that are happening. As the number one thing, if you're from Western Europe or you're from the US, one thing that you notice is the very cheap CPMs. So if you're selling in, let's say in Germany, or you're selling in the UK or in France, many times you'll be spending 6, 10, 15, even $20 or euro for your as CPM for your ads. In Bulgaria, the average ones for your Facebook ads will be roughly around 2 to 3 euros, and sometimes if you're doing a pretty good job, you can even do like 1.5 euros for your CPMs in our country. This is giving you the possibility to actually advertise a lot with not a specifically big budget. So 2, 3, 4, 5,000 euro will be completely enough for you to cover the whole market with ease and sell to everyone in your target audience. Second thing that you need to know, Bulgaria is a small nation. We are less than 7 million people. Around 3.5 million of them are actually active on Facebook and Instagram. So you roughly have about 3.5 million people that are your whole target market. Another thing that you need to know is that Bulgaria in general has a low standard of living compared to other countries in the European Union or in Europe in general. So you need to take this into consideration when you're selling into our country. If you have a mass product, if you have something that's not too expensive, that's something that people can generally buy, then that's something that in our market could be a good thing. While if you're selling something that's more for an upper middle class European person, then maybe it's not the best market in the world for you. Another thing that you need to know about our market is that only roughly about 25% of the population is using English every single day. So if you really want to be selling on our market and on our mass market, definitely go with local ads. Don't advertise in English, don't advertise in German, for two reasons. Number one, 75% of the population will just not understand you. And second, even the ones that do understand English and do speak English pretty well, they'll just think that the product is not for them. They will not pay attention to you. Your click-through rates of your ads are going to be much higher if you are actually writing your copy, if you're having your creatives done in Bulgarian. So this will definitely help you out. A few other things that are big do's. The population here is used to having quick shipping. So if you are selling in our country, make sure that your shipping times are very correct, because people get very angry. Because most of the times our logistic companies are pretty good here. So if you order something today, you'll get it the next day. Western companies that are selling, or Central European companies that are selling in Bulgaria and are not having their warehouse in Bulgaria, are trying to get at least in 3 to 4 days their stock. If it's a little bit more complex, then up to 1 week. But I would say the less your shipping times are, the better you will be. Another thing, again, there's so many things that we can cover in this video, but the Bulgarian population, most of it is paying on delivery. They're choosing an option to pay only after they're receiving the product. So if you're selling to our market and you're not offering a cash on delivery service, then let's say that around 70% at least of the audience will think that that's strange, and they're way more likely not to buy from you, especially if they're really just thinking about whether they should be buying or not. So if your ads are in Bulgarian, your creatives are in Bulgarian, your website is in Bulgarian, everything that you've done is in Bulgarian, the people will also assume that you're selling in the Bulgarian way, which most of the times is cash on delivery. Some people will be using their cards, but it's just not the thing yet. It's way more secure this way for the people who are buying. They don't risk anything. Like they only risk it after they've paid, which is after you've delivered what you're selling. So bear that in mind, because without cash on delivery, even if everything else is done perfectly, you might not be just getting good results. Having said all of that, expect about 8 to 10% of the people to be either not paying for their deliveries. So when they're receiving, they go to the logistics office, they go in, or they don't even go, but they're like, no, I don't want it. Expect a return rate of about 8 to 10%. So calculate that in your marketing expenses as well. Generally, the population in terms of culture really likes to be buying from promotions, from sales, from anything that's related to that. The audience wants to see that they're getting a real offer from it. So you can be very aggressive when it comes to offers. Nobody, and that's a bad thing to say, but regulations wise, most probably nobody will care, especially initially if you're just testing out whether your promotions are real or not. That's something that's happening anyways on the market, that the promotions and the sales are not as real as they seem. So the good things, if I can make a little summary on, the population is still in Europe. You can sell, if you're having a warehouse in Europe, you can get your stock very quickly to our country. You don't really need to do much in terms of customs, because we're in the European Union. The CPMs on Facebook are very, very cheap. People love to shop online, which is great. Compared to other countries around Europe, people really love to shop online. And but you need to also know that cash on delivery is a thing, and it's a big thing. The population generally doesn't speak English that much, and if you really want to have success, it's the best to start off with local ads in Bulgarian, even with customer support, maybe even in Bulgarian. But your ads, your website, make sure that they're in Bulgarian, except if you're targeting a very, very, very specific niche that already knows you, they're buying from you, and you want to stay with it, and you just want to specifically advertise to it. The population is less than 7 million. It's probably close to 6 million. 3.5 million of them are active on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. So with very little budgets, from 2,000 to 5,000 euros a month, you can generally cover your target audience with ease. And yeah, that's basically it. If you're a good brand, people will buy again and again from you. They will like it. They will recommend to you. They will recommend you to other people. But that's what you need to know if you're getting on our market. If you are from Greece or you're from Romania and you want to start advertising in Bulgaria, for the people who are in Romania, I would say that the market is very similar to yours, but again, make sure that you're selling in our local language, and make sure that you're not increasing your prices compared to the ones that you're having in Romania, even if it's possible, lower them down a little bit, because the standard of living in Bulgaria and the one in Romania, very similar. Maybe in some places Romania has a higher standard of living, but from my experience, the CPMs in Bulgaria are cheaper than the ones in Romania. For Greece, your standard of living is definitely higher than ours, and make sure that you're not selling for a very, very high price. So don't really change up your margins when it comes to selling to our market. I know that some people who are selling from Bulgaria to, let's say, Romania or Greece, are trying to increase their prices when they go to your markets, and that's a huge mistake, and that's not taken very well from from your people as well. This is what I have to say about for our market. There are many other things that could be said. You can always contact us, Markademics, just to speak about how you can just to have a strategy, to put forward a strategy with what you need to do in order to be successful in our market. And yeah, we can definitely consult you or partner up with you with whatever you need in that category. That's all from me. Check out our other videos because they're quite important if you're an e-commerce advertiser, wherever you're selling, whether it's in Europe, in the States, in Australia, in Canada, or around the world. If you really are interested in e-commerce advertising, then our channel will be interesting to you as well. And we're also having our Markademics podcast that will be growing pretty much in the next few months. So check the episodes there as well. And yeah, stay tuned, subscribe to our channel. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you again.